Hello, you're listening to On the Topic. Well, this week, I'm catching the golden snitch. I'm Dan.
Bless you. And I'm going to be twizzling my time turner. I'm Alex.
Ooh.
And this week, we're going back into the vaults yet again. And we're going to an absolute belter. This is your favourite Harry Potter moments?
It is, all the way back from the weekly roundup days in 2019.
Yeah, we took to the studio and we were accompanied by Vicky. And she still remains to this day undeniably incredibly knowledgeable about this subject. But scarily so, but it's really helpful when you go and visit the Wizarding World Harry Potter Studios in Leavesden. Been there a couple of times. I think we even talked about it on here, and just the knowledge that she has is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's. I mean, you'll talk about something. Oh yeah, from this book, this happened.
She could probably tell you the page number as well. Like, she was that knowledgeable. Yeah. It was a really good episode. I mean, it's a good couple of hours or so, isn't it?
I think we even broke the 3 hour. I think it's our longest to date.
Oof.
Episode. I would put you off, guys. Obviously, you can scrub and you can fast forward to your heart's content. But yeah, it's a big one. But it's because we really do. We don't debate, but we do talk about the bits that we like and the bits that we don't like. And oddly, it's called favourite Potter moments. But we do talk about the bits we don't like because they're not everyone's moments. And we go via each of the films and each of the books. So I think we do it justice. We all did our research, and obviously then had Vicky there to fill in the gaps. But we spent a lot of time talking about why there were things we liked and perhaps things we didn't quite like, and I think it still goes to show that it's a really important kind of IP for people still, regardless of whether you kind of believe in people struggle to see a creation made by someone who perhaps is problematic. And we're not going to get into it here because I know there are polarised opposites of the J.K. Rowling fence, whether she's right in the things that she says or she isn't. We're not here to talk about that. And this is, I guess, before even she took social media to say those things.
Yeah.
We are still, I guess, enjoying what she created all those years ago. And I think this is a celebration of that. And I still enjoy talking, listening, reading the Wizarding World. I think it's a wonderful thing that JK created. And I think with that in mind, if you are someone who struggles to kind of differentiate between those views of the writer,
the art and the artist,
correct, best way of putting it, try and look at it from a different lens, because I think we talk about nostalgia, we talk about what we really enjoy and the cleverness and the detail of the world that's created, and it is immersive. Give it a go.
Yeah.
And if there's a particular story or film or book that doesn't really float your boat, we go in chronological order. Give it a skip.
I'm surprised you're still friends with me after this because you found out The Goblet of Fire was my least favourite book and film.
Which is the best one. It's the best one. There's so much that you start to learn that you haven't done in the other books, and it obviously gets. I mean, the books get bigger and bigger as the films and the books go on. But this was the first chunky one, and you learn so much about the Wizarding World and the other schools. The other schools, Dan. How can you not like it? It still bothers me today, but yeah, we managed to look past that and agree to disagree. But clearly, it's still something we really enjoy talking about and discussing, and for those reasons this is one of my favourite episodes. Audio is crystal clear, it's in the studio, we sat back, we got into it, and we really enjoyed ourselves. So I'm really looking forward to this episode. Hope you are too, listener.
Before we get into it, hit an Expelliarmus on that subscribe button.
Yeah, do it.
If you haven't already, take that 5 seconds, if that, just do it.
Bing.
I'm sure there's an episode for everyone. If you don't like the next episode, that's fine. But you'll get notified when an episode drops, and then you can listen to your heart's content.
Indeed.
But Alex, shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
Hello, Radsters! You are listening to a magical episode of the Weekly Roundup with Alex and Dan. I'm going to be doing the shuffle puff for the next...
What's a shuffle puff?
A dance.
Oh, okay. Is it a thing?
It is now.
Okay.
I'm Dan.
I'm going to be going to the Yuletide ball, but sit on my own in the corner, like a good old Hogwarts student. I'm Alex. And, well, we've got someone else in the studio this week, haven't we?
Yes. I'm Vicky and I've been sorted into this episode.
Oh, she's good. She's so good.
All the puns.
All the puns. We want plenty of that. Welcome, Vicky. So, what are we going to be doing this week then, guys?
We're pottering it up.
We are. We are going full-blown Harry. And, yeah, we're going to be talking about our favourite Harry Potter moments this week, aren't we?
In chronological order.
We are. So, well, by film or by book. One the same. And we'll be talking about perhaps some of our most favourite moments. And I guess at the end, Dan, we'll talk about some of our listeners' choices.
We will.
From the socials.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So who wants to start first?
Shall we let the guest go first? We'll let Vicky...
Do you have anything from the first book or film, Vicky?
Well, I think the first starting point is the most important point, isn't it? Because I open at the close.
I open at the close.
Yeah, what do you think that means?
I don't know.
So, first Potter book, 1998, is when the Battle of Hogwarts happened. So I open at the close. On the snitch that Harry opens, which contains the final Horcrux and one of the most important Horcruxes that leads Harry to his death, or does it? I think my favourite part of the Philosopher's Stone has got to be, in the film, the bit, "You're a wizard, Harry."
Excuse me. Who are you?
Rubius Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts. Of course, you know all about Hogwarts.
Sorry, no.
No? Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your mum and dad learned it all?
Learned what?
You're a wizard, Harry.
It's timeless and it's classic.
Is that the beginning with Dumbledore?
No, that's with Hagrid. Hagrid who comes to find him in the sea.
He's in the dodgy little hut, isn't he?
In the middle of the ocean.
But is it a lighthouse or is it just a random hut on an island?
The book describes it exactly as the film depicts it.
A rundown
brick house in the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
And Hagrid says very clearly, "You're a wizard, Harry."
You're a wizard,
Brilliant.
Harry.
And that is just fantastic. My second favourite point is in the book is Ron just before the sorting, and they have to put the hat on where they're sorted into their individual houses. Ron says to Harry, "Oh, kill Fred. He was going on about wrestling a troll." And it's just really funny.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting, in terms of, we don't quite see all of the comedy from the books and the films. We see some of the cheeky bits of the Weasley brothers, but you don't really see too much kind of the interaction between Ron and his brothers, do you? And I think that's one of that kind of the bits I think they've kind of missed the point on in the films, because they do have quite an interesting relationship, doesn't he, Ron, with his brothers, and also his older brother who leaves.
Percy.
Yeah, because Percy still features for the first. Is it 2 books?
No, Percy features until the Order, and
does he? Because there's a house.
Yeah, so they actually all go to. They all end at the Order of the Phoenix. Percy has left the family over the summer because Harry's been so cut off from the family and all the kind of wizarding world.
Oh yeah,
he's not been told. Because obviously we see in book 4 that Percy's become Barty Crouch Senior's secretary, where he calls him Weatherby.
Indeed, yeah. No, it's that was a good choice actually. So he doesn't realise that he's a wizard, and it's very earnest, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hagrid. It's a simple soul, and it's so well delivered. I think it's who's the actor who plays Hagrid?
Robbie Coltrane.
That's it, Robbie Coltrane. There's no one else who could do it, is there?
Perfection.
It's such a good casting, and he delivers the line fantastically.
Don't you believe with the part around Ron and "I'll kill Fred" about the wrestling of the troll, is actually doesn't that display everything we've all experienced of going to secondary school? Mm-hmm. This is what happens. Your older siblings there before you, they tell you what's going to happen. You have this huge expectation. For me, it was a huge rumour around head down the toilets.
Yeah.
For year 7s.
Yeah.
So for Ron, it was wrestling a troll to be sorted into a house, which I just think is fantastic.
And then they wrestle a troll later on.
They do.
If I recall.
In the next film.
Yeah.
we should probably add, I mean, the reason why Vicky's here is not, well, she's obviously knowledgeable, but she's our actual resident podcast channel expert on this subject.
She is.
You love the books, you love the films.
I do, yeah.
And every week that goes past, she imparts some kind of knowledge or fact of Harry Potter, and it's wonderful. So
she's our Harry Potter to the MCU.
Yeah, indeed. So is that your first two from the first?
Yeah,
first
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, I haven't got anything from the first film.
What?
Okay.
Who even are you?
But I've got quite a few to choose from. I think 8 or 9 as we go through, but nothing from the first film, and that's because I think every other film kind of trumps the bits that I choose from the first film anyway. So I guess, Dan, it's over to you.
Well, I've chosen The Wand Chooses the Wizard. Can I just say that John Hurt as Ollivander is phenomenal.
Was it John Hurt?
It was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's quite cold, I guess, but very sort of intrigued by Harry. But we sort of see how the wand chooses the witch, or the wizard, should we say. Harry sort of tries all these various wands, and it's sort of fun to see how the wrong wand reacts with him.
Yeah.
So he's sort of blowing boxes off the shelves.
Well, he ruins the shop, doesn't he, effectively?
Yeah,
there's boxes everywhere. And
I think there's one he tries, he blows up a vase.
Yeah.
And then there's this chilling moment where Harry sort of gets his wand, and we sort of find out how it's unique. So the phoenix feather that's in Harry's wand is the same phoenix that gave another, and the brother wand that dealt the scar to his head.
Indeed.
Which is instrumental as to how Voldemort can't kill Harry.
Yeah.
And actually, effectively, that's that Horcrux connecting with the wand, isn't it? That's its brother is in Voldemort's wand. It's all from the beginning, and that's what makes it so beautiful, I think.
But do you think, though, that J.K. Rowling really planned it like that, or was she just winging it?
No, I think it was all kind of because there's so many subtleties in the very beginning. There's very little mistakes in the Harry Potter series, and that's incredibly rare.
Yeah, there's
in
a lot of continuity.
Any series. It's it's really subtle as well, and it's subtle as you go through. It's really clever.
It's very intricate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it might be worth putting in a soundbite in for this one where John Hurt explains the wand.
Curious. Very curious.
Sorry, but what's curious?
I remember every wand I've ever sold, Mr. Potter. It so happens that the phoenix, whose tail feather resides in your wand, gave another feather. Just one other. It is curious that you should be destined for this wand when its brother gave you that scar.
And who owned that wand?
We do not speak his name. The wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter. It's not always clear why, but I think it is clear that we can expect great things from you.
So yeah, that is John Hurt explaining to Harry about the wand.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a good shot, and of course that's not the last time we visit that shop. We visit in the following film, isn't it? When there's the book signing.
No, that's not that shop, is it? Is it not? That's Flourish and Flourish and Blots that we visit for the books.
So we see it at the very end.
So we don't see his shop again until the Half-Blood Prince, where there's a question that Ollivander has actually vacated the premises of Diagon Alley when actually, in fact, he's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
And,
of course.
Yeah, because
then
he's not
murdered.
Actually. We see him again, don't we, in the Deathly Hallows?
But doesn't he die?
No,
he's in the basement, isn't he?
He ends up in Malfoy Manor in the basement.
Malfoy Manor.
And he's with Luna, and then Dobby saves their lives, and then sadly we miss the passing of our Dobby.
Yeah.
Our Dobby.
Dobby. Okay. No, very good. And that's, I guess, why I haven't chosen anything from the first film, because Diagon Alley and these kind of characters, they do crop up. And I think they build upon it in the latter films, hence why I could say, well, for the first time you see it, it is such a magical moment, but actually I think that when we revisit it, you've got the context and you understand more about the Wizarding World, and it becomes more meaningful for me. So that's why there's nothing in the first one.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay.
No. Are you done for the first one?
That is it for the first one for me.
Well, perhaps I'll kick off then on the second. So, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets back in 2002, the film. Book was it 98, I think, or something?
No, so the first book is 98, and then the second one, I think, was around 99, 2000.
Okay. She's churning them out. So I'm going to choose very early on, probably the first 15, 20 minutes. Any ideas what I might choose in Chamber of Secrets?
First 10 to 15 minutes, you say?
Is that the one with the flying car?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're probably going to be choosing the flying car.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, spot on both of you, yeah. So when Harry and Ron flew the Weasleys' car to Hogwarts, now, of course, something's amiss. They get to the station they're late, right? But just by the skin of their teeth, but they can't get through the wall in 9 3/4. Computer says no.
Pesky magic.
So, of course, Ron says, well, why don't we just get into the bewitched Ford Anglia? Which actually, we've sat in, haven't we, last year?
Yeah, we have.
This time last year, actually, Vicky.
Yeah, December 2018.
You lucky devils.
Yeah, it's not very comfortable.
It's not, no.
They've got plastic seats, haven't they? And it's,
Yeah.
you slide along, and it's not very nice inside.
No.
But it's the car that they filmed in. No, it's not, actually. No, it's a replica, because the film, I'm remembering now, the car they filmed in, it actually burnt down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. About 2009, I think, or something. 10.
I take it the Whomping Willow didn't trash it like it does in the film.
Not in real life.
Oh,
not
shame.
IRL, no. But yeah, in the film it does, of course. And they've got a invisibility kind of cloak. So they drive obviously to the station. They miss the train, and they steal the car.
Maybe we should just go and wait by the car. The car?
There we go. Now, all we need to do is find the Hogwarts Express.
Ron, are you sure you know how to fly this?
No problem.
Look out! Ron, I should tell you, most muggles aren't accustomed to seeing a flying car.
Right.
I mean, God knows where the dad is.
Well,
Mr.
I mean,
Weasley.
the book explains it a lot better, but the film has to cut it out, doesn't it? Because you can't really have Harry and Ron leaving King's Cross looking for said car, because actually, where would one park around King's Cross?
Yeah.
But go on.
Well, totally.
Yeah, to find it, to then decide, yes, this is how we're going to get to Hogwarts.
Do you remember where Mr. Weasley is?
Yeah, Mr. Weasley and Mrs. Weasley are actually on the
shopping
platform.
mall?
No, they were on the platform. So Harry and Ron
so they
were
went
delayed
through.
behind them.
Yeah.
And then they... it doesn't explain it in detail as how they come out and find it, because obviously you are following Harry and Ron. So it's only when the Howler comes do we know.
Yes.
And that's
which is
probably,
a letter.
Yeah,
which is another great scene as well. I was debating whether or not to add that into my into my favourite moments, the Howler, because it's a quality moment. But no, they joyride, which I think is a bit of a drastic kind of turn. You miss a train for school, okay, but as we later find in the other films, there are other ways to get there.
Yeah, Floo powder, the Floo network.
Powder. There is a port key.
You
they
could
can't
apparate.
They can't their age, but
they
can
can
with another
side
wizard.
along. You can side along apparate to Hogsmeade and then walk in.
So it feels like they've kind of jumped the gun. And
Speak to an adult.
Yeah, or wait for your parents to get back because they've parked the car there. But anyway, no, they get into the car, they fly off, they take to the skies, and they turn on the invisibility cloak. But it's not too quick enough, and they end up being snapped by the paparazzi, and they're in the papers. And of course, they get bollocking for it.
Am I right in thinking that one of them falls out the door and they're dangling over the train?
There is a point.
Yes, when they're flying over Scotland. It's not Scotland. Or is it actually Scotland? I'm not sure if they ever acknowledged
I think it was filmed there.
It was.
I think there's a particular railway, isn't there? There's a very famous railway line that is featured in the films, and I'm pretty sure it's in Scotland.
It's the Hogwarts Express, Vicky. That's the railway line.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And they're flying over the bridge, which sees a lot of action during those films. And is Is it Harry that falls out? I guess it must be because Ron's driving.
Yeah, it is, because Ron's driving. Yeah, it is.
So, they have that mishap because, of course, they don't know where the train is, and they look behind them, and trains come up behind them quick, and, yeah. But surely one of the teachers on the train or someone would have seen the car.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we're putting apart our fantastical film. But that's why I've chosen it, because actually it's an interesting kind of break from the characters. I'm not sure they would have really done it in character. I think there's a logic there, because Harry's very straight-laced. There's a little bit of naughtiness to him, but he's pretty to the point. I'm not sure Ron would have done it because he knows his parents would have whacked him on the head. But anyway. And yeah, at the end, of course, the car gets ditched at the top of the Whomping Wallow.
Well, it throws them out, doesn't it?
And then,
it throws them out, and it goes to live in the Forbidden Forest, where it remains for a while.
What a real shit place to go.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the forest is mythical, and it's got an awful lot of space. And I tend to find as the books grow, so does the forest.
Yeah.
I think that's got some validity there, isn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Because it feels so big, especially in Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, it's massive.
I mean, it's home to several creatures as well. There was Aragog and those gigantic spiders.
Yes.
Creepy motherfuckers.
Unicorns are a thing.
Oh, yeah. Do you mean Firenze?
Yeah.
Firenze, Ronan, and...
Well, they're centaurs.
Yeah, the centaurs.
They don't really appear in the films, though, if I recall. They were quite prominent in the books.
They are.
Yeah, really prominent in the books.
Because one ends up becoming a professor.
He does. Firenze becomes a divination.
Is it divination?
Yeah, because the centaurs, they can read the stars, don't they? So when Harry famously in the first book goes into the forest and comes face to face with what we presume to be Voldemort or Professor Quirrell, one of the centaurs, Hagrid asks a question, the centaur ignores. And it's like, it's very bright tonight. Mercury's looking bright tonight, I think is the line.
Uh-huh.
This is excellent knowledge.
Oh, we've got the best on the South Coast. Right here, right now. So that's my first one. I have got another one from the film, but I won't hog the stage. Does anyone else have anything else from Chamber of Secrets?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be on all our lists for all I know.
Go for it.
It's quite a.
Oh, it's going to be then.
Yeah, it's Dobby is freed.
Dobby?
Master has given Dobby a sock.
What? I didn't...
Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free.
Yeah, I've got this one. How about you, Vic?
Yeah, I think Dobby being freed is beautiful, but my actual favourite moment is the diary, because that's the real journey. What does that diary mean? And I remember thinking in the cinema, this is back in 2002, I thought, what does the diary mean? And then it sort of felt like it meant nothing, but then revisited later on, it could have meant everything.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. I really like that.
I mean, doesn't Harry try to thank Dobby for trying to warn about the reopening of the Chamber of Secrets? Am I right in thinking that?
I mean, I guess that's the twist of when he puts his sock into the diary. So basically to say to Lucius, take it back.
So Dobby lives a free life.
He does. He's a free house elf.
Lucius is obviously very miffed off.
He is.
Faces up to Harry, and Harry's fearless. Absolutely fearless. But it's just that line Dobby delivers. Master has presented Dobby with clothes.
Dobby is free.
Dobby is free. And obviously Dobby thanks Harry, and he promises never to save Harry's life again, but as we know, as we mentioned,
he does.
We get to Deathly Hallows.
And he takes one for the team.
And
fantastical effort. I mean, we shouldn't have to put spoiler alerts in this, guys, right? I mean, these films have been out for quite some time.
I think anybody who's listening to this who doesn't expect a spoiler is, they're going to be very shocked.
They are, indeed. And yeah, to that point, I guess Lucius Malfoy does he try to strike Harry, or he draws his wand, doesn't he?
He does.
And
then Dobby defends him.
He does.
Blasts him up the corridor, if I recall.
Then
you have to excuse me, I'm recording a lot here because it's been a while since I've watched these films.
I know, it's good.
It's a bit of a nod to actually the Death Eaters are commonly, they mistake the magic of which a house elf has, because Voldemort, Lucius Malfoy, they hadn't even considered that a house elf would be able to apparate in and out of the cellar, because a wizard certainly can't.
Yeah.
Because it's their mistaking magical creatures below them. There's that hierarchy thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of my chosen moments, and I think it's a nice kind of way to finish the film. You know, he's gone to the office. He hasn't got a bollocking as he thought he would get, and yeah, sure enough, it ends on a nice note, and Lucius Malfoy ends up being the loser.
Yeah,
and as we know, he's obviously orchestrated a lot of what happened during the events of that film.
Can I just say it's sad that Dobby doesn't appear more in the films as he does in the books, because I think he turns up in the Goblet of Fire.
He does. He's a really
with
key...
the gillyweed.
Well,
does he?
He's really key in the Goblet of Fire, isn't he? Because also he saves anybody who's never read the books would know. He saves Winky, who is Barty Crouch Senior's house elf.
Right,
she was dismissed.
Yeah.
She also, but then when we come to the Goblet, we'll discuss that, I'm sure.
Okay, it's all come back to me now. Very good. Yeah, so Dobby was my one from Chamber of Secrets, but you've got the diary, Tom Riddle's diary.
Yeah,
Vic.
It's Horcrux.
Yeah,
it's the most important part. It's really important. But I really struggle with the Chamber, I must admit. I don't know why.
It's not one of my favourites.
I just don't really enjoy watching it. So yeah, it's not my favourite. So. Not really many best.
I mean, I'm going to be casting some shade later over my least favourite film and books. And I think if anyone's been watching our social media this week, they'll have seen a conversation between me and Alex.
I'm not sure if we're quite on good terms, Dan, but we'll see when the time comes about that particular section. But yeah, the second film isn't really my cup of tea. But the third one is a little bit more.
It's fantastic.
I agree.
It's really enjoyable. But do you know what's really enjoyable about it? No Voldy. I love Voldemort. I love the Dark Lord as anyone else does.
You
but
do.
Actually,
it doesn't get anyone down in this one.
It's really good to have a book where we don't have to come face to face with him. We've got lots of intelligent weaves to tell us what the future's going to hold. As we remember, Professor Trelawney's prediction.
Yep. And there's lots going on. But who wants to start off with this one? Back in 2004 was a film. Who wants to kick us off in this one?
I can kick us off.
Yeah.
I think it's really good fun. We've got the night bus, starts us off.
Oh,
Harry
I love
runs
that.
away. Bit of kind of coming of age stuff. 14-year-old, argument with the family, blew up his aunt.
Oh, that's one of my favourite moments.
Is it?
Yeah.
Goes to Diagon Alley, has a really good fun time, meets up with his friends. We've got the introduction of Crookshanks, who we think is a villain. But actually, all along, it's been somebody who's been very much with us.
Is that what it was inferred, or did you get that? I'm not sure if I was just dim-witted that I didn't pick it up, or actually I was supposed to and I didn't.
About Crookshanks? Yeah, I always thought that Crookshanks was very new because we always view the newer, more kind of less established person
As
to be the
threat.
one to be the threat, and then actually it turns out to be Scabbers.
Well, it's like the kind of the whole Star Trek kind of thing. Anyone in the red shirt's going to end up dead by the end of the episode. Do you know that?
No, did not know that.
Yeah, so if you ever cast for Star Trek, which is likely, don't accept being a member of the security team who wears the red colour, because you'll end up dead on an away mission.
Did Commander Riker ever die in Next Gen?
No, because of his beard, he was Majestic.
Ah, yeah. There's that.
That protects him. But so, yeah, anything new is a plot device, definitely should be feared, which is definitely not a life lesson. So on that bombshell, so Dan, was it, you said you wanted to start off at the beginning?
Yeah, so Harry getting sassy with Aunt Marge is one of my favourite moments. I mean, we sort of learn quite quickly that Aunt Marge isn't the most pleasant of people, and she's just constantly digging at Harry.
God, she feels like an Umbridge moment, doesn't she? Like,
yeah.
So full of hate and anger, and he's just, because she's really quite spiteful and dismissive, but in a really kind of angry way in the films. I don't recall the books.
It's very similar. She's been told by her brother that Harry is this awful child who is left on their doorstep, and that he goes to St Brutus's boys' school for incurably horrible boys, or something. What it is. It's a very witty kind of title of the school, and then lots of questions like, "Do they hit you, boy?" And then Harry's like, "Yes, regularly, and I enjoy it."
With the belt.
I mean, she's sort of throwing shade the moment she walks in. I think I recall there's a moment where she goes to Vernon. I'd have dumped him in an orphanage if he was on my doorstep.
Yeah.
It's quite horrible. Then she starts talking about bad blood and starts taking swipes at Harry's dad, and the brandy glass smashes in her hand. She's like, yes, I've got a very firm grip. Yes, don't worry. And then she sort of orders Harry to sort of clean it up. And then she starts throwing shade at Harry's mum. If there's something wrong with a bitch, there's something wrong with a pup.
What is it the boy's father did, Petunia?
Nothing. He didn't work. He was unemployed.
And a drunk too, no doubt.
That's a lie.
What did you say?
My dad wasn't a drunk.
Don't worry, don't fuss, Petunia. I have a very firm grip.
I think it's time you went to bed.
Quiet, Vernon. You clean it up. Actually, it's nothing to do with the father. It's all to do with the mother. You see it all the time with dogs. If there's something wrong with the bitch, then there's something wrong with the pup. Shut up! Shut up! Right. Let me tell you.
And that's when Harry snaps.
Yeah.
That's it.
Quite
He's
rightly
gone.
too, quite rightly.
Lights start flickering, the curtains are blowing, and
Disco's on.
Aunt Marge starts blowing up like a balloon, and she starts to float off. But it's this great moment where she's starting to blow up, and the button from one of her blouses pops off and hits Dudley in the head. And as he gets up, another button hits him.
Or is it? Does he swallow it? Well, I'm making that up.
I don't recall him swallowing it. I just...
Okay.
It's
but maybe
just
he's knocking him out.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, maybe.
Always got the impression that he swallowed it, and then was it the mother tried to do the Heimlich manoeuvre, and but maybe I'm thinking about something else.
You could be. I say we might have to revisit the Mandela effect for this one.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the description below for that episode. That could be a Mandela effect moment.
But it all kicks off. So you got Vernon who's trying to save Marge. The dog's chewing at his ankle.
Oh, it's a bulldog, isn't it?
So he's clutching at dear old Marge as he's trying to float off, and she's like, "Don't you dare! Don't let go of me!" And he's like, "Sorry," and he lets her off.
She's gone.
Bye.
But that's not the end. We do hear of it, I think, a little bit later on, don't we? Where apparently she's found floating, and or she deflates over time or something.
And there's somewhere that she's found, and I think Fudge puts it beautifully. Don't worry about your aunt. She was found, I think, floating over some sort of county.
It's in the pub, isn't it?
The leaky cauldron. Yeah. He's told, don't worry about her. We've deflated her and modified her memory. And but your uncle and auntie have sadly said, don't come back until next year.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where he's sat on the curb before the night bus turns up. And you sort of just see her floating over.
Oh, is it?
It's wonderful,
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've got to look out for this.
Keep your eye out for it. I'm pretty sure I haven't made that up. I'm sure that does happen.
I so want that to be the case.
I'm going to go home and watch the films again now. You know this is going to happen.
Well, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Time of recording, it's the march towards... Well, it's not actually Christmas, but...
It's November. We're pretty much bang in the middle of it now.
We're in the throes of getting ready, and it's always on TV. In fact, it's on TV at the minute. I think it's a bit early, though, Vic. We talked about this before, weren't we? I think, or was it someone else? But it just feels like he's on TV a little bit early, but
I think that ITV have obviously got a lot more going on in December, haven't they? Because that's their thing. They do 7 weeks of Potter, or 8 weeks actually. They do 8 weeks of Potter, and they tend to do it in the summer, which I find really odd.
Yes.
But in the winter, it's just come a bit early this year.
Yeah. But as a tradition, we always have it in our household.
Yeah.
Don't we? We tend to watch it.
Yeah, it's an important milestone.
Yeah, definitely Christmas.
And
okay, we'll have to watch that.
Your young lad to be growing up with it.
He hasn't so far. Would keep his attention. This is Peppa Pig.
Oh yeah.
Interested.
Thomas the Tank.
He likes a bit of Thomas Tank. Yeah, but he's more Pepper. He can say Pepper. Yeah.
Nice.
But no, he will grow up on Harry.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that happens.
We won't make him have the scar.
And Marvel.
No.
Got to make him grow up on that.
Yeah. Every evening and weekend he'll be in front of that TV. TV never hurt no one, right?
No, I mean, with Disney Plus coming out soon, you'll have the 92 animated version of the X-Men on there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. And of course, the original Spider-Man as well, I guess.
It must be on there.
Yeah.
I know they've referenced the 92 animated series in This Week in Marvel, the Marvel podcast, so that is going to be on there.
Lovely stuff.
But I digress.
But it's a nice little digression there. But yeah, so we've got Floating Aunties as your first one.
Yeah.
How about you, Vic? You got anything from this film?
I think my favourite... I don't really have a favourite part as such. I really just enjoy the twist. I love...
What, the ending?
No, I just love the twist in the Shrieking Shack.
Yes,
the Whomping Willow is not the Whomping Willow because it's just there. It was built to prevent students going down that exit because of Lupin coming to the school because he's aware. Lupin's werewolf. Sirius is innocent, and there is this rat who you have known for years.
Mm-hmm.
He's the villain of the story.
Yeah,
this is Peter Pettigrew.
It is.
And we've got the prophecy starting, which kicks off a whole other tangent. It's
divination class.
Yeah, it's a very interesting book.
Leaves.
It's a very interesting book, and it's actually a really good watch. It's fun. It does get a bit complex, Time Turner and all that.
Well, if I should say that,
to follow.
Vicky, because that's my favourite moment from the film.
Oh, is it?
The Time Turner. I mean, and this is why I'm saying it's very difficult for me to choose certain elements in the film, because for all those reasons that you say, it becomes more in depth. You're introduced more to the Wizarding World. I think there's a Quidditch match in this, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
There's Quidditch. You learn more about, the way in which they train, and they come together, and how people are chosen. You see the seasons with the Whomping Willow, and the time lapses, which are wonderful. You see, is it the trips? It must be the trips to
Hogsmeade starts, but Harry can't go.
Correct, because he doesn't get the freaking slip from his aunt and uncle.
Well, I mean, he blew his aunt up, so
get in the sea.
I mean, if he was my kid, he wouldn't get the permission. He blew up his aunt.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know, right?
I'd still sign off. She's a vile person.
Certainly.
Well done, son.
Yeah. But
there you go.
So you introduced so much wider, expanded kind of immediate world that's not just the school now, it's not just classes, it's much wider. And that's why I think, for me, this film is so wonderful and really starts to bring the magic truly to the franchise.
And the Marauders.
The Marauders.
The Marauders map.
Oh, yes.
Something so key, but actually, isn't that interesting?
I honestly declare I'm up to no good.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
Fred and George have been looking at that map for years.
I know, and I haven't noticed.
2 years, there has been a man sleeping with their brother. Scabbers sleeps in Ron's bed.
Yeah. And surely when they were up to mischief, because they slink around at night, right? Of
course they do. They're the Weasleys.
They cause pranks. They surely, would have seen next to the brother's name, Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so...
I never thought about that. That's weird.
He's so vital to the next sort of book and the film.
He kills people.
He kills people.
Well, he doesn't really, though, does he?
Does not?
No, because
killing curse.
I think Peter's story is very sad.
It is.
And it actually ends very sadly, doesn't it?
It does.
But, yeah.
Well, Time Turner, again, is another kind of interesting plot device. I think some people can say it's quite lazy that in films you kind of replay what you've already seen. But obviously they do it for a very valid and different reason. And Hermione is given the Time Turner by Dumbledore as a present at the beginning of the film, as we later find out in the book, of course, as well, that she wants to learn all these things but can't be in all of the class all at the same time because they're clashing the timetable. And they do keep on mentioning, how are you here, Hermione? I thought you had runes this now when you're supposed to be in divinations and stuff. So there are some strange things going on throughout the film that give nods to the audience. But the specific element I'm talking about is where Hermione does a haymaker and punches Malfoy right in the kisser.
Oh, yes.
Look who's here.
Ah, come to see the show.
You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach.
Hermione, no. He's not worth it. Malfoy, you okay? Let's go. Quick. Let's go. Run. Not a word to anyone, understood?
That felt good.
Not good. Brilliant.
So this particular moment, of course, they've already seen it happen. Malfoy, Crabbe and Goyle are sniggering at Hagrid's distress over his condemned hippogriff that's going to get the chop. Not the chop, actually his head's going to be detached from his body. In case anyone was concerned about those things. And Hermione, of course, cannot endure going through it a second time, and just the pure kind of evil nature of Malfoy, and she goes up to him and promptly punches him square in the face.
After calling him a foul cockroach.
Indeed.
And, well, I think Buckbeak has the last laugh, or should I say Weatherwings has the last laugh.
Indeed. And they're all then remarking second time round as they're watching it, and they're like, "Oh, I felt that felt good." And it really is a good moment, because the boys are just in shock and they run off.
Yeah.
Because they're like, "Oh, I wasn't expected to be punched in the face by a girl." 2019 equal opportunities, everything, so that should be a thing. But yeah, he's taken aback and he runs off, scurrying with a bloody nose, which is fantastic. I think it's such a kind of a fantastic moment where you just see her being liberated. You know, she's a bookworm, and actually now she's fighting for the cause. And I think it's a nice kind of journey from her, you know, always being straight-laced, actually doing the right thing. And then you start to see that as the films and the books progress. So yeah, Hermione punching Malfoy is one of my most favourite moments from that particular book and film. I've got another one as well, but has anyone else got anything else from this film?
No, not really.
Got anything, Vic?
No, I think it's a solidly good film and solidly good book, and they're not widely different.
No,
which I think is nice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing I'll say was kind of going back to your bit at the beginning, Vic, was the animaguses.
Yes,
if that's a plural of animagus. So the fact that wizards,
it's actually anime guy.
Is anime guy. Yeah. Can actually transform themselves into animals, or is it just animals, or is it objects? It's objects as well, right?
Well, we learn something really crucial, don't we, in this book about an anime guide. They have to be registered. So Professor McGonagall is obviously very straight by the book.
Yep.
She's registered.
Yep.
The three boys in Hogwarts were unregistered, but also there's another person who's unregistered as well, who we find out in the Goblet, being Rita Skeeter.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh. What is she again?
So what we find out is
the reporter.
Yeah. So Rita Skeeter being the very famous reporter, or infamous reporter. Somebody.
The quick will.
Actually, in the book, it's very funny. They speak about how Rita Skeeter keeps getting all these stories and all this information.
Oh, of course, yes.
And Harry says to Ron, "Oh, she might have the place bugged," and Hermione and Ron just did not understand, and there's a bit of a comical moment in the book about Ron sort of thinking, what does that mean? Because to that, in those outside the wizarding world, we know what bugged is.
Oh, right, of course.
News
but
of the
actually,
world.
Ron's just like, what the hell are they on about?
Yeah.
And then Hermione and Harry, and Hermione does a bit of research and actually finds that Rita is able to transform into a bug.
Yes.
Because there is a moment in the Yule Ball where Victor Crumb says to Hermione, Hermie, as he calls her.
Hermie.
You have a bug in your hair. So takes the bug out of her hair. And that's actually Rita Skeeter.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got to go back to
See, the books are so much intricate than the films.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're probably so much more enjoyable, because you're trying to cram them all into 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we get the introduction to the animagus in the first film, literally in the first 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, Professor McGonagall, because Harry and Ron run in late, don't they?
Yeah. Oh well, no, it's before that where Dumbledore delivers a baby Harry to the doorstep.
Of course.
And then you've got McGonagall over, watching over as a cat, and then in the shadows she transforms into a human. So yeah, this is a nice kind of expansion on that, and you've got Peter Pettigrew as Scabbers, the dirty rat. Sirius Black, of course, was the dog that we see later in the shadows at the beginning of the film, where the night before Night Boss turns up, and you got Lupin as a werewolf. And of course, then we see the showdown with a werewolf fighting a dog, which is a fight that no one asked for, but definitely needs to see. Which is
absolutely
fantastic.
Couldn't have put it better.
So yeah, for me, my second one was really just the animaguses or anime guy, and how it's expanded upon in that in the book and the film. So going on to now the controversial fourth entry,
the Goblet of Fire, which is my least favourite. Now, unfortunately, I had seen the film before I read the book, so that's probably why I sort of struggled.
And you reckon that's why it's done that? Because I was the same, but I enjoyed the book because it actually expanded on some of the more of the lore behind some of the kind of the events and the history.
I mean, like I say, the book was a bit more intricate, it had a bit more in it and explained certain things, but I still couldn't get past that. We was talking in the car on the way up, it's sort of like the Hunger Games for wizards. I just didn't like it. I just couldn't get my head like around it.
It is. I guess it is a departure from the previous films, right? It's not like the standard. I'm going to go to school, do a school year. Something's going to happen, and I'm going to go home, wave goodbye on the train, and then be in prison over the summer. You know, the school year is disrupted because you have 2 or 3 other schools all join, you know, Hogwarts throughout the year to do these events, because the events don't take place back to back, do they? It's throughout the year.
No, first one, I think first one's November, second one February, last one June.
Yeah, so it's a different pace, but you couldn't get on board with it, Dan, and I intrinsically disagree, and this might actually be the last episode we do together.
Oh, it could be.
This is polarising.
This is my unpopular opinion for this episode.
I don't know if we can really recover depending on what you say for the next 5 minutes.
Soz.
And so it might not be good enough. But
I do have a favourite moment though.
Kick us off. What's this one? Back in the film was 2005.
Quidditch World Cup.
Okay, yeah,
well,
that's
the
a
beginning.
solid, positive moment.
The Weasleys turn up with 2 tents for 9 people, and you're thinking, well, how are you going to fit 9 people into 2 tents? As soon as you walk into these tents, they're like frickin' homes.
Well,
they're
yeah,
like the TARDIS.
It's a TARDIS. I've got that written down here, actually. The tent itself and the campsite is like a TARDIS.
I mean, magic's cool, am I right?
Yeah, for sure.
Also,
unless you're in Heartland, America, and you're devout Christian and you wholly disagree with the books, which of course they were known to be bought and burnt when they first came out.
Yeah.
A certain place in America. Do you know that, Vic?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We accept everyone's view and opinion on the weekly roundup. I'm just stating the fact. But yeah, the early books, they were banned from public readings in certain bookshops. Sounds almost like the 16th century. And yeah, they were burned because apparently they were trying to promote black magic to children.
Oh wow!
And certain communities in the US, I'm sure it wasn't just US and abroad as well, didn't agree with it. And I think that's since been relaxed because people's perhaps thoughts have moved on, or it's become more widespread and known, and it's not a threat to children. But yeah, it was a thing.
But yeah, I mean, sort of going back to the World Cup, it's a grand spectacle. I mean, it's Bulgaria versus Ireland in the final. There's fireworks. It's what we'd typically say is under the floodlights if you're a football fan or a soccer fan, to any US listeners. And we've also got to mention the Dudley twins accurately predicting the result of the final.
Did they?
They did. Yeah, I mean, they didn't actually win any money, but it's quite impressive.
Well, they did, didn't they? They did in the book. I think the thing is it's the goblet it's so important to the rest of the story. The very beginning, we see Frank Bryce, a muggle, in his kitchen very late at night.
Of course we do.
Leg pain. Oh my gosh, teenagers are in the old Riddle house.
Yeah.
And up he goes and finds
Peter Pettigrew.
He finds Peter Pettigrew,
someone in the chair.
Somebody in the chair, and actually, sadly, he is like. But that's the foregrounding of what's going on. And then we've got David Tennant, who plays an excellent part, really. In these very small parts that he's in. This story is so important.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Who, again, we're seeing Polyjuice Potion, but in a very subtle way.
Yeah. Because we think he's taking swigs of alcohol.
But he's taken from Azkaban, isn't he? He's switched places with his mother, taken from Azkaban, and lives in his father's home. He's protected by this, and I mentioned earlier, this very popular house elf, Winky. Winky cares for him, and then one night, so we see Peter Pettigrew at the end of book 3 go to find his master, being Voldemort. And what we know is that he's travelled to Albania, where he happens to find a witch called Bertha Jorkins. Bertha Jorkins is a very well-known witch to Sirius, worked in the ministry, but she'd been missing for some time. And we see in the book, there's lots of questions about, well, Bertha's been missing for a while. She's been missing for a while. Everybody's ignoring her.
Yeah.
Well, she lets slip that she knows that Barty Crouch Jr. is actually alive and living in his father's home.
Yeah, because he's supposed to have died during the first kind of wizarding war.
Well, he was.
Voldemort.
He was meant to have really died around the period of around 98, 99. And then we know that that Voldemort turned up to Barty Crouch Senior's home, where he was then Imperiist.
Yes.
And then starts the notions of this whole bigger plot where they go to off he goes to Hogwarts. He kills his father. He sets up the tournament. He rigs the tournament.
It's all very convoluted, but it's actually executed perfectly.
It is, but the problem is with the film, and you know, how are they going to fit it into that amount of time? That story needed to be told, and Winky is a really key factor in that as well.
But it doesn't feature at all.
No, it's a real shame.
Because doesn't Victor Crumb get like bewitched in the maze?
He does. He's actually hexed by Mad Eye, who's not Mad Eye, who's Barty. Barty Crouch Jr. So yeah, it's very clever, and actually we think we know Moody, don't we? We think we've built, because actually Moody was one of my favourite teachers.
Oh right.
But actually he's not, because he's not him.
No.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's when you're introduced to him, I think is it 2 books later?
Well, we next see Moody actually at the Night of the Phoenix.
Yeah. He's in. Well, he almost feels like a different character because we haven't seen him.
We don't know him.
We don't know him.
But then Harry meets him later on, doesn't he? And Harry comments on that in the book.
Yeah.
As if he's like kind of meeting him for the first time.
It's a very odd situation, but it's very well delivered. I mean, I've got the opening scene as well, Dan, just out of interest on here. Almost like a Glastonbury for wizards.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. That's brilliant.
The tents, and you've got the submerged tournament. And it's all hidden from the prying eyes and the muggles, and it's just... Yeah, it's lovely. It's again, just another kind of insight into the magical world that you wouldn't see in the school setting. And for me, it's a strong start to that particular book and film.
It's when the Irish fly over the stadium as well. They let off these fireworks. It turns into this dancing leprechaun, and then the Bulgarians fly through it like they're all scary and stuff.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. It's really good. I think one of my favourite moments has got to be Ron picking up a pair of dress robes and suggesting to Ginny that they were Mum sent me yours, and she's like, I'm not wearing those, they're ghastly. And they're these awful maroon,
Frilly.
And we know from previous books, what does Ron hate? He hates maroon.
Yeah.
And they've got lace on them, and they're just vile.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Mum sent me something. Mum sent me a dress.
Well, it does match your eyes. Is there a bonnet? Aha! Nose down, Harry. Ginny, these must be for you.
I'm not wearing that, it's ghastly.
What are you on about?
They're not for Ginny. They're for you. Dress robes.
Yeah, gross. I mean, it's tough being a teenager. You got to go to a ball, and now it's an important ball because it's probably once a lifetime event, the Triwizard Tournament. And yeah, you got to wear that ghastly thing.
And then when he had to dance with McGonagall, and then Harry Harry whispers to the twins, "You're not going to let him live us down, aren't you?" And they never.
No. It's that's a very good point. Yeah, they is it one lessons cancelled, instead they have dancing lessons, don't they?
Yeah.
Which is incredibly cringy for everyone concerned.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have you got any moments there, Dan? Or are you just getting to see with this whole film and book?
I wouldn't put it in the sea, because the book has got better things in it, I think, especially with Dobby being in it a bit more prominently. So I just couldn't get on board with the film, and that sort of ruined the book for me, unfortunately.
Okay.
And it's also where Spew was invented, wasn't it? We never hear about Spew.
Spew?
The Society of Protection Elfish Welfare.
Oh, right, yes.
Remember?
Yeah,
yes.
I do now, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where Hermione really starts the campaign. I think Harry's treasurer, and Ron's got a very important... I think Ron is officer, and they have to pay to be part of the group,
but
even though they don't care about the group.
It's never to be mentioned again, I guess.
Well, it is, actually, because Hermione goes on into the future to protect elfish welfare, as we know from Pottermore.
She's a good egg.
Yeah.
Speaking of eggs, the sea, but specifically lakes, what might I have in common in this film?
The mer people.
Yeah, or more wider,
the Easter eggs.
Yeah, the Triwizard Tournament itself. So you've got the dragon, the Hungarian horntail that chases Harry around. You've got the golden egg, which is the water task.
Oh, that's where he submerges it in the
bath.
In the bath, and
rather inappropriately.
With Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle.
I mean, she gets to look at his wand, if you will.
Well, quite. Which is quite inappropriate.
Myrtle.
Oh, hello, Harry. Oh, long time no see. Oh, a blocked drain the other day and could swear I saw a bit of polyjuice potion. Not being a bad boy again, are you, Harry?
Polyjuice potion? Kick the habit. Myrtle, did you say try putting it in the water?
And of course, then there's the maze, and we all know it all goes down in the maze. I think the events themselves are very well thought. I mean, they've got a dark, sinister edge to them because it's supposed to be for older children, teenagers.
Yeah.
And of course, Harry is of the younger side. Of course, that's the whole issue. He's not. Is it 15 and above?
Yeah, he's around 15. And don't forget, also, he's got his first love interest in that film.
Cho.
Yes.
Which.
It never really works out, does it?
No.
It was never meant to be.
It's always going to be
fizzles out really quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did fizzle out really quickly.
Well, they had a little smooch in the room of requirements, don't they? After training one day.
Yeah, but that was in the
Order of the Phoenix?
Order, isn't it?
Yeah, because he first has an encounter. Is it in the owlry?
It is, and then it's actually
surrounded
first
by bird crap. I mean, that's romantic, isn't it?
It's first on the Hogwarts Express.
Oh, is it?
It's first on the Hogwarts Express, and she says 2 pumpkin pasties.
Oh, yes.
2 pumpkin pasties, please.
2 pumpkin pasties. Yeah, I thought we all agreed we wouldn't. Well, you can do voice.
Scottish accent.
What is that?
I'm a bit Scottish.
That's actually really good.
Is it?
I guess your Scottish listeners are going to go in like, no.
No.
Well, I'm going to give you the contact details at the end of the show. If you want to hear more of Scottish Dan, then please get in contact with us now.
In my defence, I am partially Scottish, so my mum's side, the family's half Scot.
And also in your defence, you've been drinking red wine again.
Oh, yeah.
And we told you not to, Dan.
You told me you'd stop.
If you don't know what that means, then it's on social media. And then I guess at the very end, so for some strange reason, Harry and Cedric both agree that they're going to touch the portkey at the same time.
The graveyard scene is probably the most haunting, probably the best part of the film, I'd say.
100%, because it really does start. It's a tonal change now in the books and the film.
Yeah.
You've gone very, this is a safe space. It's a bit edgy, the tournament. Things are going awry and people are starting to dislike Harry. But it could be recovered. You can't recover from what's about to happen, which is they all then get transported to the little Hangleton in the graveyard, where there's a reborn, very scary-looking Voldemort and a Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, who actually is awarded a silver hand...
For chopping his off.
But that's not the last time we ever see the hand, is it?
It's not.
No.
And of course, yes, again, the important scene is this is ultimately where Voldemort, is that where his bones are buried? Is that the whole kind of symbolism?
It's actually, the whole symbolism around it is actually, that is Voldemort's father's grave.
Ah, right, yes.
So as we well know, anybody who read the books will know that Tom Riddle killed his father and his grandparents, in addition to having killed his maternal grandfather as well. It doesn't tell you that, but they are buried there, and that's that's the home at the very beginning is actually where Voldemort was setting up a bit of a camp for a while at the beginning of the Goblet. The whole purpose of it is the father's bone, the bone of the father.
Yes, which is what he needs.
The blood of an enemy.
Harry's.
And the flesh of a loyal servant, and then that goes into the cauldron, and then we see Voldemort come out with a body.
200 degrees.
Without a nose.
Yeah.
We knew Pettigrew would mess it up somewhere.
But not before... I mean, it's Pettigrew that actually does the killing curse for Cedric, isn't it? Or is it Voldemort?
No, it's Voldemort, isn't it?
I thought it was Voldemort.
Is it Voldy?
And actually, that's a really good point, because I don't think that's overly clear, and I'd have to really I'd actually have to go back to the book for that, because I don't think it's clear, because I hear kill the spare is what I remember. And Voldemort screeches that, doesn't he? Kill the spare. And then we see Cedric's just dead, and then it happens really quickly, but then we've got Harry who's being... kind of stopped from moving. He's under fire.
But he lunges for the portkey while this is all going on, and then transported back to the event. And this is, I think, why for me it's such a great part of the film, and really a departure from his childhood. He's no longer innocent because the house band are playing. Everyone's celebrating. Guys, they're here. Look, you got the band playing.
Drastic, Dumbledore, what's happened?
He's back. He's back.
No, actually, poor Cedric, he's not moving.
But we have
the darling of Hogwarts is no more.
We have that important moment with the wands, as we mentioned at the start of the episode.
Yeah.
Because the wands are brothers, they cancel each other out.
Yeah, it's I think it's Emporium Locomotive or something. It's a particular spell, and it means that they meet together, and what it does is it regurgitates Voldemort's spell, doesn't it? Because we see all the people who he killed come through, and they protect Harry to enable him to get back to the Portkey, to get back where we have more. It all just goes a bit darker, doesn't it?
You should never really cross streams. It's all very awkward, and the wands don't work. So there we go. That's I guess why that part of the film is really so important for me, because it then sets a scene for a darker set of films later on. He's growing older, he's becoming more aware, he's truly on his own. The school at times turns against him, and things have gotten real. There's no longer just the odd mishap, the odd troll wandering the corridors. It's someone has died. And that's real dark. So for me, that's a really pivotal moment.
And what does this mean? Voldemort's back, isn't he? He's officially back.
Yeah,
he is. And
it all goes downhill from there.
Wow, or does it?
It all goes down from there, pretty much. Or does it not?
I don't know. It's a really difficult one, because I think we're moving on to the Phoenix now, aren't we?
We are.
We're rising from the flames.
And this is back in 2007 for the film. And there's some good ones from this, right? I mean, this is an interesting mix of a film, but what have you both got for this?
Oh, Dumbledore's army is very important. We're introduced to number 12 Grimmauld Place, although people are there for not such good reasons.
No.
That's where the building sort of expands out, isn't it?
That's actually Harry's home, and although that's, like I said, it's not for good reasons that they're there, there's a sense of community that builds there. And we have a real difference in the books of Sirius being Harry's only kind of surviving relative. He says, I think Harry should know everything that's going on. Mrs. Weasley, on the other hand, is saying, absolutely not. I will not allow the children to know.
So a bit of a newsflash, I'm multitasking here as a modern man can do. I'm showing the guys in the studio what's happening. Sure enough, Cedric gets killed by Pettigrew.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if you can see that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, he's blasted.
Wow.
So whether or not that actually happens in the book, I'd be surprised if it doesn't. But he's ordered upon to dispatch young Cedric. Sorry, yes, as you're saying.
Yeah, so I like Grimmauld Place, and another particular favourite has got to be Umbridge and the Weasleys' defeat over Umbridge.
Yeah,
it is beautiful, isn't it?
It is a defining moment, and they really just, I think, they're set free at the end of that film. Literally, because they're expelled and they then go into business.
Get their own little joke shop in Diagon Alley.
They do. Weasley's Wizard Wheezers.
Yeah.
Is that where you get the puking pastels?
Or tongue toffees.
What was the one that gave you the spots?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
They all had like different sweets and different spells in there, didn't they?
Canary custards that turn you into canary. Tongue toffees. It's all very incredibly clever, but they really do burn their bridges with education, don't they?
They do.
But they really start it off by saying, I think I'm done with full-time education. Me too, Fred.
Yeah.
Me too. And it's really kind of there, the whole undertone, constantly winding Umbridge up.
Yeah.
And, and it's just... Umbridge is a particular favourite because she is the ultimate villain. I think Stephen King referred to her as the worst villain of all time.
She's absolutely horrible. I mean, we talked about this in our favourite villains episode, and she was, I think, my first one, played by Imelda Staunton. She's just fantastic because I think it's described here. These are not my words; they're far too accurate. It says girlish awfulness, and it's just portrayed perfectly. And I think it's right. You know, she's very softly spoken, but there's like a very sharp edge to the words she uses, but they're masked by this very kind of rich use of language, and the way it's delivered is just very sinister in its soft way. She's a fantastic villain, one of my favourites, and I think she's wonderfully portrayed by that actress. She's lovely.
I think it's fair to say she's sort of very calm in her evil, especially when she gets all the students to write with the quills that are essentially cutting into their arms.
Well, this is it. So, as we talked about, my first kind of moment was the Weasleys using the fireworks during the OWL exam.
Yeah.
Which is like the final exams of the year, which are taken very seriously, of course, and they basically make it a mockery.
Yeah.
Very disrupted, and I think on our social media, Dan, you put on there that we're going to be chasing the listeners down for their comments, which we've got as the Weasley did for Umbridge, and it's great how the dragon just ends up swallowing her as she's trying to run away at the end of the hall. It's a fantastic scene. And then yes, they fly off into the sunset. But no, the other one is, and again, it's interesting how Umbridge for me really just kind of illustrate how important she is for me for this particular film. She makes Harry use the quill, which of course, as we know in the books, it's a lot of the classmates.
It's one or two. I think it's Lee Jordan as well. Yeah. But actually, it's I Must Not Tell Lies, and it lasts a very long time. It lasts years, doesn't it? Harry still has
scars.
Them. Yeah. Even around Deathly Hallows time, he gets an itch around his hand.
And it's dark magic, I think they refer to it as, don't they? Yeah. Just using dark magic, and it's a punishment. And as you're scribbling your lines on the paper, it appears on the back of your hand, and it's irritated, it's red, and it's itchy, and there's a look of shock in his face, like you're actually doing this. This is a thing, and as a teacher, you're a guardian, right?
Yeah.
And she's overstepped, and she sees nothing wrong with it, and there's almost the acceptance of, oh, okay, this is how we're going to play. And Harry knows that he's now vulnerable and he's not safe at all in Hogwarts, which was his safe space.
Yeah.
And he would escape the Muggle world to be in what he feels more comfortable now, and no longer is a safe space. Dumbledore's gone. You got Umbridge there, and she's got her edicts, and she's got her medieval forms of punishment, and it's just a good way just to show just how vulnerable he is, and he's only got himself and his immediate friends to get him through this. So yeah, those are my two events, but they all, interesting enough, subconsciously are surrounded by Umbridge.
Yeah, I also think a particularly good bit is when they go into Dumbledore's office to arrest him, and he goes off in what looks like flames.
Yeah.
But actually, in the book, that is told so much. It's just so much better because what happens is Dumbledore causes a bang. Everybody is kind of stunned and
like a ninja
down,
like,
and
throw smoke.
Yeah,
bang.
And then he has moments to talk to Harry, and he's jinxed lots of people as well.
Yeah.
And one of the people he's jinxed is Dawlish, and throughout the book it's a kind of subtle joke. It comes up a lot. Dawlish gets jinxed an awful lot by the Order. Very funny.
Poor Dawlish.
Poor Dawlish. But no, it's that is a good scene actually, because in the films he uses the Phoenix in some kind of strange way to travel.
But we're now hearing, apparently, and I've got issues with this, in the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh, she said it. Dan.
First film is excellent. I can't defend the second film. It's horrendous.
You can't defend the first one.
I loved it.
I just can't believe you can
indefensible.
They foregrounded the Dumbledores beautifully in the Hallows, and we'll come to that. But to then go on to say this whole other thing, no. But anyway, the Phoenix is Dumbledore's bird.
Yeah.
Not his actual bird. Just saying.
Quite.
He was Grindelwald, doesn't he?
Yeah. And that's an interesting kind of inference in the books, but it's never really expanded upon. But I think later J.K. Rowling does kind of talk about it in Pottermore, or the short stories, and
right.
she explains, that he is, a gay character, and then very much at the end of, during the course of Fantastic Beasts and Where Don't to Watch Them, because we shouldn't watch the second film. It's kind of front and centre, but it's we don't talk about those films, Vicky.
No, they're just so wrong.
They're appalling.
They're just. Wow.
And I was talking about this the other day, and how the only thing really they got in common with the fact that it's Fantastic Beasts is they feature on and off, but primarily it's just a nonsense storyline, which is an absolute car crash and a mess, and it's a horrific. When do we mention which episode did we mention that one specifically, Dan? That was in Terrible Sequels, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a sequel. Just it shouldn't never have happened. Just leave it at the first one.
100%.
Shouldn't I actually? Arguably now on reflection, don't think he should have ever gone with the first one.
Really?
I actually think it was a big mistake.
I don't think it was well executed.
I just think it was a big mistake, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think,
That's cash cow.
Well, just to digress slightly, has anyone seen The Northern Lights, which is on BBC at the moment?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, but if you actually, do you remember The Golden Compass?
Yeah, which is appalling.
My point made,
Shocking.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point.
I think what you get with a TV series, you can sort of expand on the book a little bit more, whereas they're trying to cram it all into a film in 2 hours.
You're too polite, Dan.
The problem with The Golden Compass, they took the book, they tore it up, put it all in different places, and it was just shit.
And the actress couldn't act at all. She was appalling. But this I haven't looked up the names, but this actress in this HBO BBC one, she's phenomenal.
The young girl who plays Lila, she was X-23 in Logan.
Oh, she was, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Wow, so
we've got Ruth Wilson, who was in Luther, phenomenal actress.
Gosh. She is
amazing.
Something else, isn't she?
We got Professor X, what's his name, from the sort of newer X-Men films, which we never mention.
No, it's a really good.
But that's my
effort.
example. That's what I mean.
Okay.
You know?
No, I agree. They should never have done it. And fine. Actually, put it on a streaming service if you're going to do it.
Oh, for sure.
But don't release some films. But J.K. Rowling just wants some more money, I guess.
It's only for her to answer, isn't it?
I mean, I do have a moment from Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
It's at the very start of the film, but I think, as we mentioned with the book, that it sort of takes a little while to sort of build up onto this. But Harry sort of spent the summer, he's been having nightmares over Cedric Diggory's death.
Quite right.
And he's in the park on a swing, and Dudley and his mates decide to come over and start picking on him. And all of a sudden this sort of storm comes out of nowhere. So they're legging it, they get into this subway where it starts to get really cold. You can see their icy breaths.
Yes.
And then the Dementors enter. And
you're thinking, as an audience member, what is this? This shouldn't be happening, right?
Yeah.
This is new ground they're treading.
I mean, this is in the real world. They're completely taken away from the magical world, essentially. And Harry's pinned up against the wall by one of these Dementors.
Is it a little whinging they're in? Is that the time?
Yeah, a little whinging.
And Dudley sort of tries to make a leg for it, slips up on an icy puddle, and another Dementor enters the fray. And then Harry somehow gets his wand, pokes this Dementor in the face, gets his Patronus out, and then he saves Dudley's life as well.
Yeah, I'd be scared away if he got his Patronus out.
Who's the little old lady that turns up?
Mrs. Fig. Mrs. Fig is so important, isn't she? Because actually, Mrs. Fig is a squib.
A squib?
Yeah, so a squib.
A squib.
Yeah, so she is
in the middle, isn't she?
So she's born to magical parents, but she has no magical powers, like Professor Filch. Well, no, sorry, not Professor Filch. Mr. Filch is a squib, isn't he? So he's got no magical ability, and then we learn that actually she's been watching over Harry for years, and that's really nice, isn't it? But actually, she's not been the best because she's provided him some very boring afternoons.
Well, yeah, I think he does some chores for her, doesn't he? We find in the books or something, and like cuts her grass and stuff. But she wasn't there, I guess, to help him when he was inadvertently releasing snakes in London Zoo, or turning aunties into big blueberries. And
there was a rumour before the terrible series that he'd actually released Nagini.
Yeah,
I think that was a bit of fan fiction.
Yeah.
I quite prefer that though to actually what it really is.
Yes, well, true.
Talking parcel tongue, and there you go. You can go now.
Yeah, see you later.
But yeah, that moment sort of for me continues on from that graveyard scene. It sort of certainly sets the tone for that film and beyond.
Because again, he's now totally defenceless. He's on his own. Of course, he's got to use magic, and he doesn't really get told off, does he, at the Leaky Cauldron? He just kind of gets...
Well, he doesn't go to Leaky Cauldron, he goes straight to Grimmauld Place, then he goes for his hearing at the Ministry.
Oh, you're right.
And Fudge is dead. Fudge, along with Umbridge, are dead set again for Harry to be expelled, and I guess extracted from the magical world. But actually, Dumbledore manages to produce...
He comes at the last minute, he's not told about it.
No, because actually Dumbledore and Fudge have got a really poor relationship at this time, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't believe him, and there's this whole denial. No, he has not returned. No, he has not returned. Because, quite rightly and quite cleverly, Voldemort and his followers aren't coming out into the kind of open, are they?
They're not.
It's only in the opening, the sort of end sequence, the battle, where they all see Voldemort and they go, oh, okay, you were right.
So it's taken like 6 years to get to that point.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else in that particular film?
No, I think we've sort of covered all the bases really on that film.
No, I think it's a good film. It's the first time you see and experience Harry feeling quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, and
really
isolated.
Not liked, very isolated, and actually doing things alone. It's important for him to go through that, though, I think.
He's a bit of a villain, really, in this, isn't he?
Yeah.
People sort of see him in bad light.
And you can see his relationship deteriorating with Ron, but they then make up towards the end. It's sad, but it's, as you say, Vic, I think he needs to go through that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I've run out of any other notes. Those are my favourite moments. I'm not a fan of the final 2 films.
Which
Deathly
film?
Hallows.
Don't forget there's a final 3 films.
Yeah, we've got the Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince is okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
So I'm done. But what have you guys got for the final 3?
So I guess we start with the Half-Blood.
Yeah.
I think the Half-Blood is phenomenal. I think the book is one of my personal favourites because it really draws parallels to Voldemort's childhood compared to his adult years, and we actually see him in the book in the flashbacks grow. We see Dumbledore walk in to this orphanage and meet the most dangerous wizard of all time.
True.
But sadly, that's what you see in the film. You don't see in the book, you don't see that in the film that we go back further. We go back to Merope, which is Voldemort's mum. We see her life. We see her background. We see where these Horcruxes and the whole basis of them begin and where the story really begins. And I think that's a real shame. But I do think the film's quite enjoyable. We see that lovely twist in the Half-Blood. We see Harry get his first girlfriend.
We do.
I'm really sad that one of the opening scenes of the Half-Blood is the Prime Minister. So Fudge meeting the Muggle Prime Minister. How fantastic!
Yeah.
But actually, we don't see that, and I think that would have been really good in the films. But I know that they don't have time. But I think that's a really kind of good one because it's every time something is going on, they
work
have
together.
to come through, and they have to work together.
I mean, you could surely have put 2 minutes aside.
But then again, we see it. I guess what they're trying to do in the films is show you the bridge collapsing. The bridge collapsing is the Death Eaters doing it, but the Muggles think that this brand new bridge has just gone into the water.
Is it the Millennium Bridge?
Yeah, it's the Millennium Bridge.
Which did actually wobble when it was first.
Yeah. So and I think there's some really good points in that film. I quite like Ron getting onto the Quidditch team, even though that doesn't happen in that book, but I still really like that.
Okay.
We've got to mention the Felix Felicis because this is like one of my favourite moments. But before I go into my favourite moment, he tricks Ron with the Felix Felicis in the film, and Ron plays a blinder for the Quidditch team. But it's when Harry actually drinks it because he needs more information from Slughorn about the Horcruxes because if I remember rightly, the memories, it sort of cuts off and it sort of fades off and gets a bit muffled.
It's been tampered with because Professor Slughorn doesn't want anybody to think anything bad of him because actually, effectively, he could have assisted Voldemort in his journey to be like the worst wizard.
But Harry sort of comes across a little bit drunk, I think. He's sort of got this air of Dutch courage. And Slughorn sort of asks him, how did you get out of the castle? And he's like, oh, through the front door, sir.
Exactly how did you get out of the castle, Harry?
Oh, through the front door, sir.
But I think he sort of marches off to go see Hagrid. He's like, where are you going? I was like, Harry, sir. I'll try and find the soundbite so we can sort of put it in here.
But it's really important, though, because it's that kind of... because security's really high.
Yeah.
And he's cocky about it, but that's the Felix speaking, not... but also we see Felix Felicis in the book a little bit further on. So when Harry and Dumbledore leave the castle to go to the cave, Death Eaters have already gone into the castle.
Yes.
And Harry actually in the book gives Ginny and the other members of the Order some of the Felix, and that actually assists them in staying alive. But we don't see that.
No.
But then again, I think I don't think it's important to see it. You know, I don't think it's a key thing.
No, I don't. For the purpose of the film, which you have a finite amount of time. I don't think it was intrinsic, but it's often forgotten.
Yeah.
It's where they find Hagrid as well, mourning Aragog's death. I mean, that spider looks so tiny compared to how I remember him in the second film.
Harry does a brilliant bit.
With the pincers.
I'm so sorry, I didn't...
Oh, don't worry yourself, you're not alone. Seriously misunderstood creatures spiders are. It's the eyes, I reckon, they unnerve some folk.
Not to mention the pincers.
Yeah, I reckon that too.
He's almost drunk, isn't he? With the under the influence, and he's a little bit silly.
But we don't see him like that, do we? We don't see playful Harry.
No.
And then all of a sudden we see.
Yeah. And they're at the wake or the burying of this gigantic or not so gigantic spider, and you just see a different Harry, and I quite liked it. He's playful and funny.
He was likeable because actually sometimes Harry's really unlikable.
There's a Debbie Downer. And I get it. I get why the world's against you literally, but come on, mate, crack a joke once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's when they're in Hagrid's hut as well. He's essentially watching Slughorn and Hagrid get shit-faced, and he's just sat there like he's still a little bit drunk himself on this Felix.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Hagrid passes out, and I thought a big bloke like that would have sort of held up against all the booze, but Slughorn, no, he's fine.
Yeah.
But
hold his alcohol.
Harry gets all his info essentially. Worth it.
Good film, lots of fun, and actually we see the slight, what we presume to be the downfall of Snape, don't we?
We do.
Big twist. Double agent, not a nice guy, so we think.
But he's a nice guy, really.
Oh, is he? I don't know. We'll come to that.
Friend of the family.
So you don't have any favourite moments in this film?
I do not.
I'm really disappointed.
So you got nothing for the last three?
Nope.
Oh.
And this is more disappointing than me liking the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, I think you've really let the side down. I think this is a really good film, and actually it's a solid film.
Too depressing.
Fine, okay. Well, we can move on to the Hallows.
Different tone. And I think it's just a slippery slope of depression and despair for the series, and I'm just not on board for it.
Ooh, okay, well, in times of darkness, happiness can be found if one just remembers to switch on the light.
Quite.
As Dumbledore once famously said.
He did.
But happiness can be found even in the darkest of times. If one only remembers to turn on the light.
Well, I'll kick it off with Deathly Hallows Part 1. My favourite moment is where the Order of the Phoenix escort Harry to safety using Polyjuice Potion.
Now, I was considering this. I mean, you have got a lounge literally full of Harrys, and they all transform, they all look the same, and it's just...
Well, Harry in a bra is hilarious, isn't it?
It's silly.
Good.
So I do grant you that one. It is a funny beginning.
I suppose one of the better moments of that sequence is the ear moment. Is it George who's lost a friend? George who's lost his ear, and he says, "How are you feeling?" And he says, "I feel holy."
Yeah,
it feels saint-like. I feel holy.
Is that towards the end of the film, isn't it? When they're
No. So at the beginning of the film, after they've escorted, people get waylaid, don't they? Because it's all gone horribly wrong. Because Snape has, cast a spell on Mundungus Fletcher.
Mundungus.
And Mundungus has actually said, he's told Mundungus what to say, so he said, you need to say 7 Potters.
Oh, okay.
You need to have decoys, and then Snape goes to Voldemort and leaks the details. And then it all goes wrong, and we sadly lose Mad Eye.
Yeah, he dies.
But
Hedwig dies as well.
But I'm not a fan of Hedwig. I found her to be very annoying. But anyway, we've lost Mad Eye, and then poor George is brought in.
Loses his ear, and then I think Rubeus Hagrid is a little bit injured as well.
But he's okay because his body kind of manages quite well with that sort of thing. He's a half giant, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good start. It's a solid start. It's a big journey though, isn't it?
Certainly not the best of the 2 parts, I don't think. I got a bit bored. I mean, we do
some toads can get in the scene, as far as I'm concerned.
That moment at the end where Dobby dies, very sad. But to be honest, I think it was probably delivered better in the book, Dobby's death.
It's more heartfelt.
Yeah, I think.
Remember reading the book and get to that point and actually sort of started to tug on my heartstrings a little bit.
It's really sad.
One of my colleagues doesn't cry at the film, but when she reads the book, she'll always cry at that moment.
I can understand that. I think it's an incredibly sad moment because, like he said, he promised never to save Harry's life again.
Yeah.
He did it, but he did it in the most fantastic way.
I like it when he takes the chandelier down on everyone.
Oh, because it's so subtle and it's so good. It's like this kind of creaking noise of him undoing the bolt. It's just brilliant.
And he's like, Dobby didn't want to kill, he only meant to maim or something like that.
Yeah, no. Or
So
seriously
innocent.
injure. He
Yeah.
uses the words. Dobby didn't mean to kill. He just meant to seriously injure.
Yeah.
Which is okay. It's fine.
Which, it's an okay film. It has to be done. It's simple as that, isn't it? It has to be done.
Going through the motions.
It's really hard, though. You've got 3 teenagers roughing it, on the run, and they are after something they quite frankly don't know. And actually, poor Harry
understand.
is in a situation where he's being blamed all the time. Why don't you know what we're looking for? Because a Horcrux could be anything. It could be a can of Diet Coke from 1972.
Yeah.
But it ain't.
No.
But it's really difficult, and yeah, I think that's I do think it can be boring at times to watch, but it's a really important film for me.
But do we all agree though that it should never been split into 2 films?
No, you had to have 2 films.
I think
it's
that
such a big book.
The book's a monster.
But then you're sacrificing pretty much a whole third of a film over the 2 of them because you got to stretch things out, haven't you? It's just. It was dull. It lost pace. No, not for me.
No, it had to be done. I think it was really important.
Yeah. I agree. It's a slow film, but you need it, like you say, Vic.
Yeah, and I think obviously the thing around. I think one of the best bits is leaving the wedding.
Oh yeah.
With the Patronus to say, the Ministry has fallen. They're on their way.
And then the Death
Eaters
Eaters all
coming.
attack, and then they have to get out of there.
Yeah, and they go straight to
pretty damn
Tottenham
fast.
Court Road. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just something very simple. Brilliant, though.
And that's why we sort of see Harry and Ginny's romance starting to blossom.
Yeah, but then end very abruptly, isn't it? Yeah. And the wedding as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then that starts the story of the life and lies of Albus Dumbledore by Rita Skeeter.
It does.
She's a savage, isn't she?
Well,
It's a piece of work.
I suppose it kind of proves that idols aren't always going to be all good, are they? And
No.
Dumbledore did have his bad points.
He did. He had a dark backstory, his sister, and everything else that went with it. So
They say never meet your heroes.
they do, don't they? But I'd be quite happy to meet Spider-Man.
I'd want to meet Spider-Man. I'd want to meet Kevin Smith. I love Kevin Smith. I don't smoke, but I might get high with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, in countries that allow that activity down.
Certain states in America do.
Yeah.
I mean, he sells his own weed.
Does he now?
Fun fact, yeah. He does like 3 different grades of weed.
What,
How
like, oh
interesting.
no, what's that over there? Oh shit, it's coming, and oh fuck, I'm dead.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you listen to his podcast, he's usually high
Right.
every time.
Okay.
It saved him, actually. He had a heart attack
Wow.
last
He did.
year. It was called the Widowmaker, so only 20% of people survive. But because he was so calm and relaxed after the show, because he'd been smoking weed, it saved his life.
Wow.
Who'd have thought it?
Again, we're digressing, but
Yeah, so the Hallows Part 2. Well, it's where it comes to life, isn't it? One cannot live whilst the other survives.
yeah.
My personal favourite, I have to say, after all this time, always.
What?
After all this time, always.
This-
Snape's moment.
Oh,
Snape's
yes,
moment
when he
is
dies.
When he's
just
dying, yes. I was going to say,
beautiful.
are
It's
you
lovely.
are you telling us that the final film is your favourite of all? I was about to flip the table.
No, I feel that Snape's story is everything.
Okay.
Snape's story
Yes.
to me is everything.
I think yeah, he's played a blinder, and the veil is lifted, and we can see the true Snape for what he is in his final moments, and it is quite a touching kind of exchange between him and Harry.
He puts his dying tears into the vial so he can go put it into the... What's the thing
in
called?
the pensive.
Yeah, the pensive,
Yeah.
and he sees the memories, and actually he always loved Harry's mother. Actually did care for Harry, after all, no matter how sort of hard he was on him. Do you think?
Well, isn't it funny that Dumbledore's in the scene says to him, "Am I not to tell the greatest thing you've ever done?" Because Snape's very much no one can know.
Yeah.
And he saved Harry's life many times. And that's really nice. And I also think the bit around King's Cross is really important as well, because we need that resolution.
Yeah.
We need that resolution of Dumbledore to say, "I'm really sorry, Harry, can you forgive me? I've made some foolish mistakes."
Yeah.
And that's his Horcrux dying as well. I think that's depicted really well in the film, actually better than in the book.
It's funny to say we talk about Snape saving Harry's life in the first film where they're playing Quidditch, and you think it's Snape that's doing the curse to shake him off the broom, but actually he was trying to reverse it.
Yeah, he was. And you can see these little kind of subtle moments throughout the films that are interwoven. It's not just about him, being a nemesis in school. Actually, he is a supporter, but you don't really realise that until it all comes to a head. And it is quite a nice moment. For all of my comments about how I don't like it, it is nice how it's revealed, and you do see a softer side to that character.
Yeah,
you're not expecting.
Clever double agent.
Yeah, fantastic actor as well. Alan Rickman was absolutely phenomenal, wasn't he?
We talk about him all the time on the weekly roundup.
Yeah, we are his Appreciation Society. He's in our favourite 90s movies, I think.
Yes.
Episode.
Die Hard.
Yeah, in these as well, and yeah, it's brilliant. It's wonderful stuff.
I mean, one of my favourite moments, it's probably the least expected, I think. We're going to talk about Bellatrix Lestrange and her ending, essentially, because you essentially think it would be Neville that was going to do it, because she essentially tortured his parents, am I right?
Yeah, and
yes.
I think, yeah.
But Neville's off, but he's busy, he's killing a Nagini.
Well, yeah.
But we see Mrs. Weasley in battle, and we've never seen that in the films before.
No, I think that was really good. I think that was really exciting as well. That needed its moment. I think Neville to kill her would have been cheap because, I mean, I don't know whether you guys know the thing about Neville.
There's a thing.
Yeah?
He's quite good looking these days, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
No, like from not... I mean,
Long bottoming, I think it's called, is it?
They should have called him he who will never be laid.
Yeah.
I mean, and then look at him now.
Yeah, look at him. Handsome bastard.
Yeah.
He's a good looking chap.
So, Neville was born on the 31st of July.
Okay.
And the original prophecy states, as was Harry, 31st of July, the original prophecy states that he who has the power to vanquish the Dark Lord to be born as the 7th month dies. He will have power that the Dark Lord has not, and one cannot live whilst the other survives. Voldemort got his prophecy wrong. He chose Harry.
Yeah.
And actually that could have meant 2 boys, because it also stipulates whose parents have thrice... got away from the Dark Lord, being Lily and James and Frank and Alice Longbottom. So he chose Harry. It could have set him on a completely... But actually, I think that was so brilliant that Neville got his moment.
Yeah.
You know, the moment where he gets the sword?
Yeah.
Harry didn't die in vain.
No.
He didn't, and he just had these really lovely moment, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he says, now you're going to die. And then Harry's like, oh, God, he can't do this. I'll sort it.
Yeah. Guys, I got this. Yeah, no, it is a good moment, actually. I think it's nice to see Neville, because he's almost the class clown, isn't he, in the first couple of films, and then he starts to step up and is part of the Order, and then he's a meaningful character towards the end in the books, and he starts to step up, and he's a saviour for all intents and purposes at the end of the book, isn't he?
And he's got a similar story. He lost his parents, but he's had the worst torture if his parents are still alive.
Yeah.
We see them in the Phoenix, don't we?
We do.
They're in St Mungo's and they're very unwell.
They are.
And poor Neville has to kind of live with that. And he's always been refrained as this kind of disappointment to his family. And then eventually, by the final books, Neville's really proud to tell them, oh my God, my nan's really proud to have his grandson. So it's really nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice touch.
But yeah, so back to Mrs. Weasley. I mean, she is a very nurturing mother and wife, so she's always looking after her kids and husband. And she is essentially like a bear protecting her cubs.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Someone threatening her children, she's obviously going to come to their aid. She's going to go medieval on them. And if I recall, it's Bellatrix trying to kill Ginny. And obviously we see Mrs. Weasley's scary side.
Not my daughter, you bitch!
I don't know what spell she uses. I wouldn't know.
Not my daughter, you bitch, is the
That's
word,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's a bit cringeworthy, I must admit.
They're having a little joust, and all of a sudden, Mrs. Weasley shoots Bellatrix in the stomach or the heart with a...
Straight in the chest.
Straight in the chest. I don't know
It's a jinx.
Oh,
That's
it. Because
yeah.
it would be a killing curse.
And
It's
then
forbidden.
Bellatrix sort of just crumbles and turns into dust.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, a bit like the snappening.
Oh, right.
Or, as we will not mention it, the blip.
No, it's not the blip.
No.
That's not a thing, it's a snapping.
But that rounds up for my favourite moments, unless we have any more.
How about you, Vicky? You got anything else?
I don't believe 19 years later needed to be done.
Agreed.
Oh, 100%.
It's cheap, innit? It's cheap.
Yeah.
But also, I just think that moment of, like, leaving the castle, it's all happened. Just break your wand in half. Ron and Hermione are now together. Got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's the end. Just end there. We don't need 19 years later, because ultimately we know Horcruxes are gone, Voldemort's gone. Just get on with your education. Go and become an aura, you know. Go and do some stuff. But just, you know.
I think she shot herself in the foot with her wand, because actually you could have 20 years later done that as a film. But almost doing that kind of scene has kind of stunted that ability to be able to tell the next set of stories for those characters.
Yeah, I mean, don't they all look weird? Don't they all look so strange on that platform?
Did a poor effort of trying to age them. It just didn't work, and I didn't get it, and it was nice to see, but ultimately it's not what we wanted or needed, and should never have been there.
I mean, it was in the book as well, wasn't it? Because I think I managed to read all the books before the last.
Was it about 10 pages or something? It was quite long.
It was too long.
Yeah,
it was unnecessary.
I guess it was the kind of like one of the children, Albus Severus, named after the two head teachers of Hogwarts.
Yeah,
it's a nice nod. It's nice to say that they've gone through all of this and then they're living. And it's almost as though it's starting again for a new kind of incept, but you didn't need it.
Going to start a new hashtag here.
Too much.
Oh, yeah.
Vomedy.
Vomedy?
Yeah, vomit and comedy.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Hashtag Vomedy. Let's chuck those in the socials now.
We've done it. But yeah, we didn't need it at all.
Yeah.
No. Good. Really strong moments. Good choices, guys. But there are choices. We've got some from the social media, haven't we, Dan?
Oh, we do indeed.
Yeah, we've got. We always put out feelers, guys, and we'll give you some contact details in just a little bit for you to get involved. You haven't missed the boat. But we've got a couple of people who've written in and let us know their thoughts.
We do. So first up, we got Sean. He says there's so many moments, but when Ron plays chess. Was that in the first film?
Yeah, Philosopher's Stone.
It was.
Yeah.
No, that's
Wizard's
good.
Chess.
Yeah, I like that. It's okay.
It's pretty dramatic, actually. He mounts a horse and he directs the other two to be the chess pieces, and ultimately it takes one for the team, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's good for him to actually be good at something.
Yeah. That's good. Good choice.
Neville becoming a badass hero and killing Nagini, which 100%. We've mentioned.
Absolutely amazing.
I think it's only fair you do that to the character, because up until that point he hadn't really had much of a role, but I think
he did in the books. He was really
towards the end. But I mean, at the beginning of the stories in the films, I said, you know, he's like the class joke, and it's just he had quite a troubled kind of background and upbringing as a character, and for him to actually be the hero, I think was just it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and it's important that other people get to kill the Horcruxes. Ron got his, Hermione got hers, Harry did some, Dumbledore did one, Neville's done one, and then the final being Harry.
Yeah.
And his
good character.
Final favourite moment was Myrtle's peek at Harry's wand again, revisiting the goblet.
Absolute filth.
She's naughty. Do you think that's a little bit naughty for the films?
I just think there's some horrible moments to read. Like Harry grabbed his wand and the white stuff protruded, and you're like, what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, so many euphemisms in this.
Yeah.
I mean, as you're following the films, he is teenage, right?
Yeah.
So you know he's going to start to be referencing this coming of age and having these thoughts and stuff. So
you don't see much sexuality from Harry, though, do you? You see lots from Ginny. Ginny is a get-around, isn't she? I mean, book 5...
She's been with everyone.
She's with Michael Corner. And then by book 6, she's crying over Dean Thomas. Then she gets with Harry. She's had a lot of boys.
She has. She's enjoyed high school or Hogwarts. But yeah, I think it's a bit of filth from the ghost, the apparition.
Certainly not a life I enjoyed in secondary school, anyway.
Being the school whore.
Oh no, I was never that at all.
Right. Okay.
I never got the girl ever. I was useless.
Not even during your visit to the cinemas, we find out a couple of episodes before.
Oh yeah, I even failed in that as we learned, sadly.
But you know, at least you had the kahunas to try.
Oh, I tried and just failed miserably every time.
Oh, hey.
Next up, we got Kelly. One of your favourite moments as well is she's put it this way: Hermione twatting Draco was a personal favourite.
Yeah.
And it's just. You don't really see another kind of event where you see Malfoy getting what he deserves. He's rescued as the Hall of Requirement room of requirement burned down.
Yeah, he is. He's very
and
lucky.
I would have left him personally. So,
but then doesn't Ron punch him in the face in the book, doesn't he?
I think
this is the second time we've saved your life tonight, you dickhead, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's. I think he's just deserved at that time for sure. Really good scene.
And last up, we've got Stephanie, and this is going to be controversial to all of us in the room, but I think we could probably swing Steph back around on this one.
We can try it.
The Harry Potter films ruined my childhood, and I will elaborate, so I asked her to explain. I saw the first two when they came out. Appalling acting, shockingly bad CGI, and just awful. I was 12-ish at the time and didn't understand that what adult thought this nonsense was acceptable to be viewed by the general public. I loved the books. My favourite teacher got our Year 5 class into them, but I couldn't bring myself to read them after the films came out. I never finished the series. Shock.
Not missing much at the end, though.
So now I'm bitter that other people got to enjoy the books and the films while I will never know what happened. I literally seethe when I think about it.
There's still time, and look, I can understand if you're taking a particular opinion of the first film. Yeah, ain't great acting. They're kids. They're, 9, 10 years
they're
old?
11. I mean, they're 11-year-olds.
They are very wooden and they're very cheesy.
Of course they are.
But by the second film, a couple of years later, they learn very quickly how to act. And okay, so there's still some teething issues, but I think that's why you look past that, and that's why you get on board with the second, third, and so forth films.
You've got to forgive poor acting sometimes. You have to.
Yeah, and CGI. It was a thing of its time. Thing of its time.
But just look at it.
To give up on the books when, like we say, they're so intricate, there's so much more into them. Maybe you can bring Steph back around.
I suppose Steph read some of the books. If I was her, I would commit to reading them properly. Ignore the films. Ignore what you've seen in cinema.
That's good
Focus
advice,
down. Pretend that you're reading this for the first time and that you don't know these characters. You don't know what you hear in you don't know what you hear in the media. You don't know what you kind of have seen in social media and things. Ignore it all. Have a read. And I guarantee you, if you don't want to read it, because reading can be quite difficult to actually physically read it, just audible it, because it is phenomenal. Stephen Fry's voice is like chocolate. It's just beautiful.
I love Stephen Fry.
And it's so well read. It's just, it's fantastic.
I say, you can't cram all the books into the films. It's just so much going on. You say there's so many like things that weave into each other. It's so clever. And then actually, I'd love to go back and revisit them at some stage.
And it was Steph, you say?
Steph, yeah.
No, look, Steph. I can't see where you're coming from. Fresh adult pair of eyes. Sit down, relax. Enjoy the first couple of books. They're quite short, aren't they, Vic? They're like a couple hundred pages tops.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I tend to do Audible myself.
That's a couple of hours.
Yeah, but I think that even if you did like just before you go to sleep, I tend to listen to Philosopher's Stone if I can't sleep, because I never get through the first chapter.
That's because it's not boring, just because it's...
No, not because it's boring. It's because Stephen Fry's voice is really good to go to sleep to, but also you really embed the story. Do not, and I repeat, do not ever not put the timer on Audible, because I have had many a night when I have woken up at 4 a.m. to hear something about Voldemort, and I'm like, oh god, it's scary.
That's scary, isn't it? Voldemort in your bedroom.
Yeah, you don't want to wake up to that name in your head.
But
I'd say
start at the beginning,
or just give it a go on YouTube. Like Jim Dale does a very good version. Some people are really happy with his. That's on YouTube, so you can check that out. I personally feel that Stephen Fry does it the best justice, because I feel that Jim Dale has got more of a comedial type voice. So my view is definitely Fry all the way.
Good, okay. So hopefully we've brought Steph around. But hopefully she can keep in touch and let us know periodically how she's getting on.
She's basically family to me, so I will...
Make sure you check in regularly to see how she's getting on through his books, Dan.
I will show her at the end of this episode if she doesn't want to listen to the whole thing.
We'll be upset.
Yeah.
She needs to. But if you also have missed perhaps this episode in terms of your feedback, but you inherently disagree with the fact I don't found the last three films or books, that's fine. Or if perhaps we've chosen the wrong moments, you can also get in contact to let us know. We can mention that in an upcoming episode. Dan, how can our friends and listeners get in contact with us?
Well, we're on Facebook on the Weekly Roundup with Alex and Dan. We are on Twitter at hello_TWRAD. We are on Instagram at hello.twrad.
Oh, yes.
And then there is Gmail, which is hello.twrad@gmail.com. Alternatively, you can leave us a voice message and we'll put you into the show. How can they do that, Alex?
Yeah, so there is a link in the description below where the contact information. All you've got to do is click on that link, accept the use of your microphone, don't worry, not listening to you. And what you can do is you can use that almost as a voice message. And we can then take that voice message and put you, as we've done with a couple of listeners before, straight into the show. And you can feature, as long as, it's not, the language isn't too blue. It should be fine. So please do let us know your thoughts and feelings as other people have done before, and you can feature in the upcoming episode. And to that end, Dan, it's Christmas time. What can our listeners expect if they want to perhaps get into the festive feels with the weekly roundup?
Well, we're coming up to the end of the year, so last year we did our upcoming moments for 2020.
Yeah, most anticipated. Yeah, 2020.
So we want to know what you're looking forward to in the music world, the film world, TV world, etc., etc. Let us know. What do you buy people for Christmas?
Yeah, pop culture presents. So that'd be quite an interesting one if you're stuck for ideas, or you have something to impart and let us know what your go-tos are. That'll also be good for us to hear about. And we've also got our Christmas Day message.
Yes.
Whereas we did last year, we're going to give you probably about 5 or 10 minutes just whilst we're stuffing our faces full of chocolates and pigs in blankets, probably for me and Dan.
It's time to bring the that social media picture out again where one of my friends photoshopped me onto Queenie.
It's lovely. It's a harrowing image and no one needs to see that, but we'll dust it off and we'll put it straight onto your faces, as we did last year.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, it's we've got plenty to look forward to, and if you have any recommendations either for the end of this year or for perhaps 2020, get in contact, let us know. We have followed up on homework before, Dan, haven't we?
Before we round this up as well, big thank you to Vicky for being on the show.
Shout out to Vicky. Thank you for our resident expert on Harry Potter for the channel.
And big thank you to Chichester Hospital Radio for allowing us to use their studio, which is your haunt on a Monday night.
Monday night, 14:31 AM or online. You can listen to me with the team on Monday nights on the internet. All you've got to do is search for Chichester Hospital Radio, and 8 till 10 I'll be on there usually. But we're in the lovely studio. Because we can't record on 3 people under one mic, only 2. So big shout out to those guys we have a lot of love for. But I guess for another week, apparently I'm hanging my head in shame about my revelation of the final 3 Harry Potter films. I've been Alex.
I'm slithering out. I'm Dan.
And I've been sorted and I'm off. I'm Vicky. Thanks very much.
See you next week.